Andrew Schulz.
Yes.
Welcome to VladTV.
Thanks for having me, man.
First time.
First time.
All right, so how did you first get into comedy?
I was going to school in California at University of California at Santa Barbara.
Okay.
You know UCSB, you ever?
Yeah, I went to UC Berkeley.
Oh, you went to Berkeley?
Yeah.
Bragging.
A little bit.
I didn't even bother applying to Berkeley.
Right.
I applied to UCLA.
Yeah, you know, I actually got into UC Santa Barbara, and I went to the campus, and I said, I'm not going to study here.
Yeah, no, I didn't
It's a
study at
beach.
all.
Like,
No,
you know?
It's insane, dude.
Yeah.
It looks over the beach. The water's there. It's great. The girls are crazy. I got into Santa Cruz.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, of course.
Go
Are you from the West?
Yeah, I'm from the Bay.
Okay, so you did one application. You check them all off.
Yeah,
and then
pretty
boom.
much, yeah.
Okay, so I got into Santa Cruz, and the girls were gross. And my dad and I looked at the school. The school was beautiful, but all the girls had like foot hair and shit like that, and it was like super hippied out. And I was
Go banana slugs.
Yeah, banana. I mean, it was cool. Okay, it was beautiful. The trees and shit. It was nice, but and I come from New York. I don't have trees. I don't need trees. So I went to UC Santa Barbara. Went to UCLA. UCLA didn't, they said no to me, and UC Santa Barbara was cool. So my dad and I were like, all right, fuck it, let's go.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so I'm going to UC Santa Barbara. I'm managing a restaurant out there, and they just happen to have a comedy night. So the people that ran the comedy night saw that I was interested, and I was really into the show. I didn't really think I would ever try it, but I loved stand-up my whole life, and they were like, hey, you want to give it a go? And I was like, all right, yeah, fuck it, I'll try it out. And boom, I tried it out. It was cool.
Okay, and where to go from there?
I did okay my first time. Second time I bombed so bad. It was like uncomfortable bad. Like I should have a fear of public speaking for the rest of my life bad. Like real bad. Like I remember when I was on stage, I was doing so bad that like I couldn't hear anything. There was a bar in the back. I remember I was just looking for connection to anybody, and I locked eyes with the bartender, and the bartender looked at me and then just looked down and started cleaning glasses. Like he just didn't want any part of what was happening. So it was just horrible. And then, but I kept at it, I'm competitive, I guess you could say. So I just kept doing it. And then I came back to New York like a month later because that was my super senior year. And yeah, I just kind of hit the ground running. I started working at some clubs here, like handing out tickets on the street. Hey, you want to come to a comedy show?
Oh, so you would actually promote your own shows?
Not even my show. Like the hustle back then was you hand out tickets in the street or try to sell tickets in the street, and if you get some people in, you could get on stage.
You had to hustle. Oh, wow. So they made you earn your spot.
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
okay.
So I got, you get like 5 minutes or 6 minutes, and I was so appreciative just to get that time. And then I just did that for a while, and eventually got, reasonably funny to where I could kind of get on stage. And I started running my own shows, basically asking people to come into my own show instead of doing it for someone else. Mm-hmm. And just trying to get funny. I just wanted to get funny. I never really tried to be on TV or anything like that just because I want to be funny. First, I want to be undeniably funny, And it was cool, man. I got to see all these great comics go up, and it was a cool experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, did you ever bomb in New York?
Oh, yeah. I got punched in the face on stage.
You got punched in the face on stage.
Tell
me about this situation.
Candles thrown at me. First time I ever did a quote-unquote hood room. So there's a bunch of scenes in New York. There's like the alt scene in Brooklyn. Alt is like kind of like nerdy white kids and shit. And then there's the club scene, which are the comedy clubs, Comedy Cellar, Comic Strip, stand-up New York, these clubs. Mm-hmm. And then there's the hood room, or the Chitlin Circuit, some people call it. And that's basically a bunch of shows that are in bars or rooms and that kind of stuff. And it's mainly Black and Latino comics. They're self-promoted and yeah, and I just wanted to get up and go on stage. I didn't give a fuck. I mean, I grew up here, so it wasn't like foreign for me to go, be around minorities. It wasn't like a weird thing. So I was like, yeah, I'll go up. I was on stage, I was talking to some guy in the crowd, and I just wasn't funny yet, but I was trying to kind of do some crowd work. And I don't even remember what I said to him, but he didn't really like it, and he kind of felt embarrassed in front of his people. You're walking into their home, essentially, the people who go to that show every week. And he came up to me.
So he walked up to the stage.
There wasn't a stage. You perform in front of like the bus station. There's no stage. You're at a bar.
Wait, okay.
Bro, you're at a bar. There's no stage. You know what I mean? It's like there's a basketball game going on TVs behind you. It's like doing comedy in Vietnam. It's a crazy experience, right?
Okay.
So you're just up there. It's the worst experience possible. So you're just up there, you're trying to tell your jokes. Somebody does a great dunk and people are like, yeah, you know, you think it's your laughs, but it's really, you know, this highlight reel shit. So basically he walks up and he walks real close to me and I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm not even thinking anything's gonna happen. I'm just standing there. And he just swings, boom, punches me in the face. Before I could do anything, some dudes grabbed him, some dudes grabbed me. They took him, they threw him out of the bar, right? And I remember the promoter took the microphone and then he handed it back to me. He's like, all right, man, keep doing your thing. I was like, what? What you mean? Keep doing my thing. So after I got punched in the face, I'm just still standing in front of this bus station, you know, just trying to make people laugh, doing my jokes. You can't really recover from a punch in the face, you know? So that was my first experience. But I went back there that next week.
Oh, you went back to the same bar?
Had to.
Were you thinking that you might run into the same guy?
Nah, not to fight him or anything like that, but it was more like I don't want to be a pussy. Like I don't want to be somebody who's like bullied and like I'm scared to go back up and that kind of stuff like that. So to be honest, that's the best experience I've ever had in stand-up because what could happen is worse than that. You know, like people are afraid of bombing. I'm afraid of getting punched in the face by some crazy Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I guess you get stabbed or shot on stage.
I guess that would be the craziest, right? But like, I mean, if I lived through that, nothing's gonna scare me. So I went through, I mean, so many. I had a chick throw a lit candle at me. She didn't even blow out the candle. That's what it was.
She had a lit candle and she threw it at you.
Bro, she was so angry, she didn't even, and then throw it. She just grabbed it and fucking tossed it. A beer bottle, crazy shit.
So what's, you know, from your point of view, what's the difference between performing in front of white audiences and black audiences?
It's, to be honest, I don't really, it doesn't even faze me, to be honest. But I guess my life is different. I grew up in New York City. So like the audiences that I've been like joking around with my whole life, audiences, my friend groups, and have always been diverse. So it wasn't like, I don't go up to a black room and be like, hey, isn't church crazy, guys? You know what I mean? Like, isn't it crazy? Don't you hate it when, you know, like I don't try to relate. I just talk about the shit that I talk about. And, you know, if people relate to it, they relate to it.
Because we just interviewed Gary Owen.
Oh yeah, Gary, yeah.
Yeah, and he basically caters to a black audience.
Yeah, I mean, I'm married to a black lady now. We got mixed kids. I'm talking about my life. So, but I will say this, there was a point where I was going too far left where if I went to Des Moines or I went to Omaha and there's a lot of white people in the audience, like I felt like, oh man, I'm kind of offending them.
I mean, I guess that if that's how he grew up, like if I always imagined Gary was kind of born and raised in like around black folks.
Actually he was, because I just interviewed him,
Yeah.
he actually was raised in a trailer park.
Oh, really?
With white people.
Okay, so yeah, so maybe, I guess he found something that worked for him.
Yeah.
And,
Well, he ended up marrying a black woman. They have, you know,
right.
three biracial, we have 2 biracial kids. And
So he committed.
he's in
He
there.
committed to this
He
bunch.
committed, yeah.
No, I mean, look, it is what it is. I mean, you find your niche or whatever. I don't know, I never really cared, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna do my act regardless of who's there, and I think people respond to shit that's genuine. You know, like I got a buddy, his name is Ryan Hamilton, he's a comic. This guy's from Idaho, he's a Mormon, he's a virgin, he's like 40 years old. This guy will kill no matter what audience he goes in front of. He doesn't curse, he doesn't anything. Black, white, Spanish, Asian, it's just like if you're funny and you're not putting on something, then people will fuck with you.
Sure.
You know, so I just never tried to put on anything. I just tried to talk about what I talk about. If you relate to it, cool. If you find it funny, I'm cool. I will say this, black people react way better if they like your joke.
Mm.
Yeah, like when black audience is into it, man, they're standing up, they're throwing chairs, you know what I mean? They're punching each other. It's just great. When white people like a joke, they're like, oh, that was really good. They'll clap, ha ha ha, maybe some knee slaps, you know what I mean? Dude, hats are being thrown in the air. It's crazy. It's like a bar mitzvah.
You had mentioned that when you're white, there's no expectations sexually.
There's no expectations for pretty much, well, there's different things in terms of expectations, but sexually the expectations are way lower.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
What does that mean?
Just like, you know, you ever see an R&B group, black dudes?
Yeah.
They're fucking doing all these like dance moves, shit like that. So the expectation is that in the bedroom. You know what I mean? Like you ever see a country line dancing?
No.
It's no fucking, You know, that's what they're expecting in the back room, like a little this, a little that, you know? So, yeah. Also, your penis size, like, the burden, I think, of black people is the expectation in terms of penis size. Because there's regular dicked black dudes. Like, imagine how horrible that is, being a black dude with a regular sized dick.
What about a small dick?
Forget it.
Forget it.
Dude, it's just, because think about the girls waiting for this gigantic fucking dick to fall out with an elbow. You know what I mean? Like just some crazy dick that like can inch its way up to her, right? And then you got this shit that's 4 or 5 inches. It's disappointing. You know what I mean? You don't even know what what if it's a white girl? This poor white girl's dad isn't even talking to her anymore because she thought this majestic 12-inch black dick was going to end up fucking her. Now you're giving her 5 inches? She didn't even have a relationship with her parents? You know what I mean? You're a piece of shit. Should have told her that from the jump.
What about when you're white?
When you're white, it's like, well, you got, you know, if you got a 6-inch dick, girls are like, what? Sick.
6 inches.
6 inches, what? You know, there's just no expectation, isn't it? Being white is like, it's, you know what it is? It's like, you know, you walk in a room, nobody's upset, no one's happy. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just oxygen. It's like, it's nothing crazy, you know? It's like you're in a wave pool, but it's the time where the waves aren't coming. You know what I mean? Being black is when the waves coming. Half the people are scared, half the people are really excited about the waves, you know?
But when you're white, nobody cares.
No, it's just you're floating on the thing, getting a tan.
What's your take on Black China and Rob Kardashian, who recently got engaged?
Honestly, I could give a fuck, but I think Tyga won.
Tiger won?
Tyga won. Because 1, he gets to see his kid more, and 2, he don't have to pay child care or whatever.
Child support?
Child support, yeah.
Well, actually, he does have to pay child support.
Not if Rob adopts the kid. And how you gonna not adopt your wife's baby?
Is that how it works?
Absolutely.
Wait. So if your wife, okay, well, number one, they were never married. But if the mother of your child marries a man, you no longer have to pay child support?
If he adopts the kid. Because now that kid is his responsibility. And my point is, how you gonna not adopt the son of your wife? That's a weird thing right there. Gonna not.
I honestly don't know how it works. I've never really thought about it.
I'm pretty sure that's the case. That being said, I often talk a lot about shit I don't know. So it could be.
So Tiger won that situation.
I think Tiger won because the baby's around. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I think Tiger won. Tiger's the real one that won.
But you know, Tiger is now going to be the step uncle of his own child.
Bro, it's we were talking about Uncommon Sense, and this has nothing to do with that, but like, Charlamagne had the funniest fucking line for what we call Caitlyn in that family. He's the grandma pa. or the trans pa. He's a grandma. No? Okay. I think it's hilarious.
It's funny because we actually interviewed Daylight a while back ago.
Who's Daylight?
Daylight's a battle rapper. He's got like this like Spawn tattoo on his face.
A Spawn?
You know the movie Spawn?
Yeah.
You know like the thing that he has on his face?
Jesus, why?
He
Why
actually
would he do that?
tattooed the design on his face.
Whew, God, that is a lot.
About that life.
What life? That Spawn life?
That Spawn life.
That's a horrible idea.
Right.
What if battle rapping doesn't work out?
I mean, I don't think there's a plan B.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Where can you work with that tattoo? You gotta work at
Right. You can't
Spawn.
you can't go to Home Depot
No.
and get a job.
No. You gotta work in the comic book. That you have one lane. And if they cancel that comic book or that movie series, it's over.
I think they did cancel the movie series.
So then it's done.
And the comic book, actually.
Oh, God, don't. Can you remove those kind of tattoos?
I think you can remove tattoos. Because remember, what's her name? Black China had a Future tattoo on her hand that she ended up removing.
Yeah, but isn't it scarred? Now you're going to have this whole scar on your face?
A little bit, probably, yeah.
People want others to think that they don't give a fuck too much. Like, all that face tattoo shit is yo, I don't have a real job. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
But if you want me to think you don't give a fuck, you give a fuck. You know who doesn't give a fuck? Bill Gates. That motherfucker wears khakis and a blue button-down shirt no matter where he goes.
Right.
He got $1 billion, or mad billions. He has multiple $1 billion. That's don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he don't really give a fuck.
Warren Buffett don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers don't give a fuck.
The guy who owns Facebook don't give a fuck. He wears the same shit every day.
Zuckerberg got an ugly wife. You know how much you gotta not give a fuck?
Zuckerberg has an ugly wife?
You haven't seen this chick?
Hold on, let me look
Oh
this
yeah,
up.
you need to hit Google with that. Facebook.
I know she's Asian, but hold on.
Bruh, Zuckerberg could do better. That's all I'm saying. This motherfucker is a genius.
Priscilla Chan.
Come on, dog. Come on, dog. Come on.
I would say, I mean, you say ugly?
The guy's worth $65 billion, Vlad. Come on now. You think? Put it this way. You think she getting another guy worth $65 billion?
No.
Would you fuck her? Vlad, would you fuck her?
No, I would not. But
You're not even worth $1 billion, Vlad.
No, I am not.
You don't have $1 billion, let alone The Social Network. You had a movie written about you by Aaron Sorkin.
Right.
Come on.
But you know something? You really have to
This
hand
is how
it.
ugly his wife is. She wasn't even written in the movie.
Well, because wasn't the movie kind of set before they met?
He was with her.
He was with her?
Yeah.
Oh,
He was
in
with her
college
before.
and everything?
Yeah. Aaron Sorkin saw her and was like, nope, I'm going to make this a brunette.
But see, the thing is, you have to hand it to Asian women because they will hold down the funny-looking white dudes.
Yeah, they
They really do. Like, you'll see a fucked-up-looking white dude, and he'll have kind of an okay-looking Asian girl with him.
Bro, you get the most for your skin color when you go Asian if you're a white guy. Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so. I think that's, they keep more white dudes from, like, shooting up schools and stuff like that by giving them some pussy.
Oh,
because otherwise, these dudes would really...
I mean, I'm with you on that. I believe that pussy is the key.
Yeah.
That's why I'm supportive of teachers fucking kids.
What?
Because then they don't shoot up schools. All the kids that shoot up the schools said they did it because they weren't getting pussy. So maybe these teachers are saving lives. Maybe they're not monsters. Maybe they're heroes.
I mean, it is kind of statutory rape,
How you figure? 16-year-old boy, not girls. I'm not saying male teachers should fuck the girls because girls don't shoot up schools. We should also point that out.
Okay.
So you don't need to fuck them. You know what I mean? But as far as the males, a 16-year-old male.
So you think it's okay for for a high school sophomore to be fucking like a 40-year-old teacher?
Let me tell you something. When I was 16, you couldn't molest me. Okay?
Okay.
I'll fuck you first.
Okay.
Impossible. Impossible for a female teacher to molest me. She might fuck me and it might be gross, but she's not gonna molest me. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be fucking like, how are you doing this to me? I'm gonna get some pussy and I'm gonna tell my boys about it.
You could fight her off.
Easy. There wasn't a single female teacher I couldn't beat up at 16.
Okay.
Come on.
Well, what about the male teachers?
Well, if I'm gay, then I'm cool with that too.
So you think it's okay for...
We got to think about the kids, bro. Empty balls make safe halls, Vlad. Okay? All right?
Empty balls.
Yes.
Make safe
Forget
halls.
No Child Left Behind. Suck a dick, save a school. That's what we got to do. That's how we keep these kids safe. We got to think outside the box. We're thinking we're too streamlined. How do we keep the kids safe?
Okay. So we interviewed Daylight.
Really think about it. It's like an Addams Family type of family. Like all they need is a hand, like walking around somewhere, and they're like perfectly Addams Family. Like literally a hand, like that's it. Like a hand and like a hairy thing, and they Addams Family.
And if you really take a step back, I mean, you got a transgender, you got a bunch of plastic surgery over here.
Who's the trans in the Addams Family?
Well, it's not exactly one for one. I'm just saying,
okay,
you just got a bunch of fairly weird people in the Addams Family.
Who's Wednesday?
Wednesday?
I had a crush on Wednesday.
Maybe Kylie?
Damn.
Wednesday's Kylie?
Yeah. Kylie really fell off when she turned 18. Isn't that fucked up?
You think she fell off when she turned 18?
I don't know, man. I think she went too far with the plastic surgery.
Well, what did she get done? She got her lips done.
Yeah, but it's too much. Like the bottom lip is huge. The bottom lip looks like she knows mad different ways how to cook shrimp.
What?
You remember Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Remember the dude that Gump was making the shrimp with, and he had all the different ways of cooking shrimp?
Right.
And he had this huge...
Bottom lip?
Yeah, Bubba.
Bubba, right. Bubba.
She has Bubba lip. I personally like an even displacement between lips, top and bottom. I don't like a super low bottom lip or big bottom lip.
You like a big top lip and a big bottom lip.
Or just even amounts in both
Okay.
lips.
Well, what about Kim? If you've seen old pictures of Kim, she looks very different now.
Yeah, she's bad, but she's bad though. I don't know. I'm kind of against plastic surgery.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm against. I'm only against plastic surgery if I want children with you.
But you would fuck a girl who had a bunch of plastic surgery, and you.
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
See, like a big fake ass.
No, not necessarily big fake ass. I just, if I like shit that looks abnormal.
Meaning what?
Like skinny girl, big tits. That's abnormal. So I like that. Like that's what we're drawn to, right? Like in cultures where everybody's starving, if there's a fat chick, she's beautiful, right? In cultures like ours where everybody's fat as fuck, and we see a skinny chick, we're like, oh, that's beautiful. You just like what's not. So for me, I like what's not. A skinny chick with fat ass and big tits. Whoa, that's cool.
Okay, so you like Black China?
She's all right. I'm not super drawn to her that much,
I mean, have you ever felt up on a fake ass before?
Yeah. I went to Stadium in D.C. That shit was wild, bro. That was the first time going to a black strip club. Duval and Charlamagne took me there.
Okay.
I remember Duval walked me to the stage and put some money in my hand and grabbed my wrist and just made me slap a chick's ass with the money. And he's like, that's how you do it. And I was like, are you sure I can touch her? He's like, yeah. And he left and I just kept doing it. And like 4 security guards just came out of nowhere. You can't touch the ladies on stage. We're going to kick you out of here. And my only recourse was, Lil Duval said that it was okay. You guys got to talk to Lil Duval. He gave me permission.
Crazy. What's your take on Katt Williams?
Katt is, I think Katt is bipolar.
I agree.
Yeah, I think that's...
I've actually interviewed Katt before.
What do you think?
I felt like during the interview he was trying to keep it together. He was sweating a lot and it wasn't really all that hot in the room.
It's hot in this room. I'm fucking perspiring right now.
You got the lights on you.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. Katt seemed like he could possibly be bipolar.
Yeah, he got something.
But the thing is he's functional. Because during all this crazy shit that he's doing, he's still doing shows, and the shows are selling out.
Katt is... Okay, this is what people don't realize, I think, about Katt. Katt's a genius.
Yeah.
In terms of, like, his intellect. Like, this is a brilliant individual. Like, and anybody I know that have done stand-up with him, I have a buddy of mine who's on tour with him right now, and I've had other buddies who have gone on tour with him. They say that this dude will be in the city for a day, and then get on stage, and the first 20 minutes of his set is just talking about the city and busting balls about the city. I do stand-up every single night. I go out and do shows on the weekends. If you can get a few minutes about a city when you're in there for a few days, if I can do that, I'm like, oh, that's great. That's a fun little interaction that I had. And this guy's doing 15, 20, just fucking off the top. He's a natural comedian and a brilliant dude. Like, even if you look at his bits, he's not a, what is the term, stool fucker. Like just basically someone who's just fucking the stool and just that's all the humor is just stupid and dick jokes and that kind of shit. That being said, a lot of times people who are often, very intelligent and very creative are afflicted by mental illness. I just think he's bipolar, I think.
Well, yeah, I mean, because right after he got choked out by that 17-year-old, he went on stage and did a whole...
Grader.
Yeah.
It was 17?
I heard he was like 17. Yeah.
Oh, that's no fun. I thought he was in 7th grade.
People were saying 7th grade, but if you look at him, he was actually taller than Katt Williams.
Yeah, but everybody's taller than Katt Williams. Something happened to Katt.
He was like 17. I heard he was like 17. But anyways,
17, you could punch a dude. I'm fine with that.
Like, well, right afterwards.
I mean, if I'm cool with teachers fucking 16-year-olds, Katt Williams can punch a 17-year-old in the face.
He didn't drop him, though.
Yeah, I know. He took it.
He took it.
He took that shit like a champ.
That
was good.
But then they ended up choking him out afterwards.
Yeah, that was serious.
It's crazy. But then Katt went and did a stand-up and talked about the whole situation for like 15 minutes.
Yeah, so.
Insane.
And he acted like he didn't lose the fight. Did you hear that? He was like, if you think, and what is it? He goes, and if you think a little 17-year-old boy is gonna beat me up, then you're out of your mind. I'm Semper Fi till I die.
But if he said something like, he's like, I'm real. He said, I'm real. I'm gonna punch you in the face, and then you can do whatever you want to me.
Yeah, that's not real. That means you lost the fight. Yeah. That's all that means.
Remember at the Philly show, though? Remember when he was like, he went and punched that dude at the Philly show?
Oh, when he went after, who was it, Beanie's boy?
Something like that. Well, yeah. Beanie Siegel was like a Beanie Siegel show, and he went and...
Shout out to Beanie. Love Beanie Siegel.
Yeah, me too.
I think he's just on something, bro. Or he's a marketing genius. Maybe he's doing some Andy Kaufman shit.
You think?
I wonder I really do wonder, like, if there is some racial prejudice here. Because I wonder if this was like a white dude doing this shit, if we'd be like, no, this is alternative comedy. This is what Andy Kaufman. I mean, this is what Andy Kaufman did, right? He would just go out there saying no woman could beat me up, and he'd go wrestle women and shit like that, and just fight random people and do all these like kind of like social experiment pranks. And he was a comedic genius. And then Katt Williams is doing more or less the same thing, and he's bipolar and crazy.
Right, but was Andy Kaufman getting arrested every time?
Maybe he was. I don't know.
I don't know.
Could you get arrested as a white man back in the day?
I think you could, yeah.
You could? That was possible?
That was possible. that was absolutely possible.
I thought that was against the law.
One of the things that you said was that you talked about white pride versus black pride.
Yeah.
And you said when it's white pride, it's white supremacy.
I never said, I didn't say it was white pride, it's white supremacy. I just said that there's a difference in terms of like, there's no such thing as white pride. This is what people don't really understand. And minorities especially don't understand this about white people, is white people don't see themselves as a people, right? White people see themselves as Italian, and Italians have tons of pride. What are you, Russian? Russians have tons of pride. Scottish, English, French, right? There's all these different sects of whiteness, Irish, and they all have tons of pride, right? Black people in America have a very unique situation where they're taken from their homeland, detached from the history of their homeland. So they can't go, I have Nigerian pride, I have Cameroonian pride, I have Sierra Leonean pride, because they don't really know, a lot of black folks don't know where they're from. So they don't have a choice but to be proud of their blackness or their African Americanness, if you will, right? So I'm all about that pride movement for black people, but a white pride movement is peculiar to me because you do have a culture that you're attached to. So why are you proud of your skin? That's where I get weird. So if you're a white dude and you're proud to be white, to me it seems a little funky, because why not be proud of the fact that you're a Creole or Italian? Like, you have that culture there that's existed for thousands of years.
Irish or whatever else.
Exactly.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah, because you're breaking it down to just your skin color and ignoring everything else.
And when people say that they're proud to be black in America, I'm not a black person, so I can't speak for you, but I imagine you're proud of black culture. It's not, oh, look at the color of my skin, I'm proud of that, because there's many different shades to blackness, obviously, but it's more, I'm proud of the music that we've created, right? The art that we've created, the food that we've created, everything that goes into a culture. So that's the pride, right? When you see, black people doing anything from, fucking dance to writing to theater, like whatever these things are, as a black person, if you feel pride in that, yeah, you absolutely should. You've created a culture in America, right? Just as me as a Scottish person, maybe when I watch Braveheart, I go, fuck, an army of 16,000 Scottish people defeated an army of 32,000 Englishmen. Man, let's go, freedom. I want to paint my face blue. Like, that shit gets me pumped up, So, yeah, I'm not going to take that away from anybody. I feel like it's unfair for, white folks to go, oh, the black pride shouldn't exist because it's racist. It's not black skin, it's black culture. Yeah. So.
I feel you. What's your take about the whole D'Angelo Russell, Nick Young situation?
Something's up that we don't know about.
What do you mean?
We don't have the information we need. Something's off. Something's very off here. I can't fathom that he would put that out. I cannot fathom that he would put that out himself. So either somebody else hacked his phone or had access to his phone and then saw that and put it out. I mean, it's corny, like we've all said that. Everybody's said it's corny and how can you do this, that, the other. But it doesn't make sense to me that he would do it. I cannot believe that he would do it. And the reason I can't believe that he would do it is he admitted that he videotaped him in the video. Right? He's videotaping him. And he goes, oh, I'm glad you said that to my video. So he acknowledged to Nick Young that he got him saying some fucked up shit on video.
Well, so, because I guess I didn't watch it as carefully as you did.
Yeah.
So if Nick Young heard him say, I'm recording this.
At the end. He said at the end.
At the end.
So he goes like this. He goes, yeah, so what happened what happened with these girls? He goes, you ever get with blah, blah, blah. Who was it? Amber. She goes, nah, she's friends with my girl, this, that, the other. And he says some other things. And then he goes, I'm glad you just said that to my video. And then Nick goes, what? So Nick is aware that he has this. D'Angelo lets Nick know that he has it, right? So in other words, if he took that video to incriminate him and put it out there in the world and fuck him over, why would he tell him in the first place? That's like me going into your house, right? Or your bank and going, hey man, I really appreciate it. You got a lot of money in the bank? That's cool, that's cool. Well, I just robbed you and then left.
Well, here's the interesting part. I know Nick Young.
Okay.
Right? I've been to a couple of his house parties. And this one time, we ran into each other at the Jordan party when it was in New York, about a year ago. And I'm hanging out, with Nick Young and some of his friends. And I'm like, oh, let's take a picture together. He's like, yeah, come on, let's do it. Blah, blah, blah. So, we go and take a picture together. And then some girls walk up, right? And they go to him and say, oh, Nick, can we take a picture? No pictures.
Okay.
And this was after, and I thought about it for a second. I'm like, oh, Nick was just, he's with Iggy Azalea. And there was like some photos that had gotten released of him leaving the club, allegedly with a girl. And he's like, oh, now I got to sleep on the couch with my eye open, blah, blah. And I'm thinking like, oh, I get it. He does not want to take any pictures with girls because it might get blown out of proportion.
Sure,
These are some girls, they claim that they just fucked him or whatever.
Sure.
So he is so paranoid because of his situation with being such a public figure like Iggy that he's not even taking pictures with girls.
Sure.
So why would he agree to talk about girls he's fucking with when someone's videotaping him?
But he doesn't know he's being videotaped.
But he just said...
He didn't know he was being videotaped to the end after he talked about fucking him, right? So it's basically like this. I got my video camera right here, but you don't know. And I'm like, yo, Vlad, so what happened with Tinashe or whatever like that? Did you hit her when you hit that after you did the interview, this and that, the other? And you're like, yeah, I hit it. I do. That's what I do with these interviews, blah, 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 blah. Right. And I'm like, I'm glad you just said it to my video. You're like, what? End of clip.
Oh, okay. So at that point, delete the video.
You, a smart individual, would say that to me, delete the video. Right. Now, maybe he did delete the video right there, but it was alive in the cloud or some shit. My point is, if my goal was to fuck you over, I'm not telling you I got the video.
Right.
Second of all, why would I release this if you know who took it?
And you're on the same team.
But besides the same team, it's like you only release a video anonymously, right? But if my voice is in the video, it incriminates me. This in no way would make D'Angelo look good or Nick look good, which makes me feel there's a third party involved. I cannot fathom, because here's the thing about D'Angelo. Say what you want about D'Angelo, he has NBA self-esteem. And not a lot of players in the NBA have NBA self-esteem.
What does that mean?
NBA self-esteem means it doesn't matter what your coach says to you, it doesn't matter what the city is saying about you, it doesn't matter what anybody's saying about you, you're still gonna take your shots and get your buckets, right? Because this whole year, Byron Scott's been shitting all over him, benched him, brought him back to the starting lineup, benched him again, shut his minutes down, said he's immature, said he's acting like a kid. This guy's still out there doing the fucking Drake dance moves and pulling up for three whenever he wants. This guy's got NBA confidence, which I like. And at 19, that's hard. So
he's 19.
19-year-old kid.
Are you allowed to join the NBA, like fresh out of high school
19
like that?
years old. You got to do 1 year in college.
Oh, 1 year in college.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he did 1 year. He went to Ohio State, I think, and then he came to the league.
Okay.
So I think he can play in NBA, but I think that we're missing something huge about this situation. I think somebody else is involved in his phone, this, that, the other. Shit, maybe it's the Lakers. Maybe the Lakers want the Lakers to tank the last 6 games of the season so that they get the first pick instead of the second, because they're 4 games behind Philadelphia. Or not Philadelphia, who's the worst team in the league? Yeah, Philadelphia. So maybe the Lakers are like, yo, listen, find some dirt, release it, let's cause a rift in this team. We're breaking up the team anyway. At the end of this year, there's going to be 3 Lakers that are still on the roster, right? So I don't give a fuck who's pissing who off. Swaggy P is done. Swaggy P is going to be playing in Barcelona.
Right. Well, I mean, they were saying that they'd been trying to actually trade Nick Young the last 2 summers.
They don't want Nick Young on the team. This motherfucker played in Yeezys. Have you seen Yeezys? That's a sock. It's not a basketball shoe. He played in Yeezys in the NBA. He's clearly not taking this shit seriously. What he needs to do is go with Iggy back to Australia and play out there. And she needs to do rap out there. I think that both of them have pissed off America and Los Angeles enough that they could just go back to Australia and enjoy life down under, because that's exactly where both of their careers are.
You want to hear the conspiracy theory around this tape?
Okay, talk to me.
Iggy Azalea did an interview where she implied that she has as many ghostwriters as Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
So the conspiracy theory is in retaliation, Nicki Minaj somehow got a hold of this video and released it.
Wow. So Nicki fucks D'Angelo,
Well,
goes in his phone.
I don't know if she fucked D'Angelo, but she somehow got a hold of this video.
Nicki fucked D'Angelo, right? Nicki fucked because Nicki looks like she could fuck to the point where you pass out. So fucks D'Angelo till he passes out, takes his thumb, gets a thumbprint, puts on the phone, searches through the phone for any incriminating video, boom, locks in. Or fucks D'Angelo and says, D'Angelo, if you want some more of this pussy, I need you to get some incriminating shit on Nick Young so we could fuck up Iggy Azalea and Nick's career. Because Iggy just released an album, didn't she?
A new song, Team.
So maybe. Now we getting into this, right? Now we going into deep down into a rabbit hole. What if Nicki releases this song, not getting much buzz?
Iggy.
Fuck! Too many Y's at the ends. Okay. What if Iggy releases this song, not getting any buzz? How do I drum up my name on the Google search? How do I make it so people are listening to my new shit? Oh, I'm gonna drop some scandal. Yo, D'Angelo, yo, Nick, if you really love me, get D'Angelo saying some incriminating shit about me and you on video, upload it. That will cause an uproar, at least cause people to talk about me, and maybe they'll listen to my single. Maybe this is all Iggy's, device or whatever.
She's the mastermind.
She might be the mastermind. If Iggy's the mastermind of this whole shit, respect. Respect. She tore down the Lakers for 1,000 views on a YouTube video. That is real. That is wow. Wow. If Meek Mill only had her in his corner, that would be a whole different ball game. Whoa.
Okay, so speaking of basketball
Yes.
and music, what do you think about the whole Kyrie Irving, Kehlani Party Next Door situation?
First of all, I never trust a girl with knuckle tattoos, ever. They're miserable. Every one of them are miserable, okay? You never trust a pretty girl with knuckle tattoos or tattoos all over their neck and all their body. They're depressed. Something's going on. They're trying to cover it up. It makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you tattoo all over your hands and visible parts of your body that you can't cover up? It's just, and at such a young age, can't trust it. I mean, look, it's just a weird. I think Party Next Door, I don't even really know who that was, but I think...
He's part of OVO.
Yeah, he's part of OVO. I found that out. But I had no clue what was going on. But he said, the posting the picture with her in the bed, I think it's corny on her part. Because you know about the picture, and you know if he's posting shit. And you know that the public still thinks that you're in a relationship with Kyrie.
Right.
So by letting him post that picture, you're going to make Kyrie look stupid?
Well, are you, I mean, number one, we don't know if that's an old picture, new picture, whatever, but Party Next Door was the one who posted it.
Yeah, but you know. You know what I'm saying? You're aware of it. Like,
And that's her ex.
Here's the thing I'll never understand about women. Didn't the ex cheat on her?
I don't know.
I think that was the whole deal, right? Like he was fucking other girls or some shit like that. But it's the most peculiar thing, like, and I don't know what the issue with Kyrie was, right? But it's like, let's say Kyrie was cheating on her and it wasn't working out. Let's just say, I mean, he's an NBA basketball player worth $100 million. Let's say he's cheating on her, right?
I would say 100 million, but he's got some.
$94 million deal, plus he got the Nike deal.
Okay, maybe.
He's worth over $100 million.
Okay.
Right?
100 million.
This motherfucker worth money, right? I got 2 of his sneakers, so I believe in Kyrie, okay? I got to really believe in you to get your sneaker when you've been injured every single year of your career. That's how much I believe in Kyrie, right? Okay. So let's say Kyrie cheated. She got upset. She goes back to her old man who also cheated. What's the point of that? You still getting cheated? Did Party Next Door cheat more respectfully? Like, what is the deal here? Like, why are you going out? What is the transition? Like, what I really think women need to realize is if you date a famous dude, you got to accept cheating. If women date famous dudes and you own the fact that he's going to cheat on you, you own it. Like, you actually give him permission. You're the person in power.
It's like an open relationship.
Open relationship just for him. You're not famous.
Right.
You know what I mean? Once you get a $100 million contract, then you get to cheat, right? But right now, you're Kehlani. I don't even know Kehlani. I have no clue what that is.
She was nominated for Grammys.
Again, so is everybody. You know what I mean? I know
Not
who
everyone.
isn't nominated for a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? Did she win the shit?
No, I don't think she won, but she was still nominated.
They got a Grammy for every category. You probably got 16 Grammys. Best interview with 2 DSLRs and 3 strobe lights. Right. You know what I mean? Like, they got a Grammy for everything, right? So it's like, I don't know, man. There's something peculiar here.
Well, but then she tried to kill herself.
Tax Stone said this is the best. Everybody tries to fake kill themselves when they want their girlfriend back or boyfriend back. Lamar Odom did it, you know what I mean? And maybe Kalani did it. It's the sympathy shit. That's really what it is. I mean, if realistically, Cosby should try to fake kill himself.
Yeah?
Because then we feel bad. It's like, oh my God, look at what all these victims put him through. He tried to kill himself. If Cosby fake kill himself, we might be like, oh, all right, let's relax. Let's put Cosby Show back on. We don't have to forgive him, but let's at least give us some reruns. You know, let him do some tour dates.
I mean, that's interesting. If Cosby tried to fake kill himself, I mean, there'll be some sympathy.
If you want sympathy, fake kill yourself.
Fake kill yourself.
What I want to know is how. How she tried to kill herself.
I don't know.
It's too much sharing, Vlad. The sharing needs to stop. You shared that you're at the hospital, right? She take a picture of herself with the IV in her. Stop with the sharing. Like, everything doesn't need to be public. She shares a picture of Party Next Door next to her bedside.
Right.
And what does this guy have? A hat on that says PND on the hat. You're just doing promotion at this point.
Right, it's a promo.
You're using your fake suicide or your real suicide attempt, whatever it was, your unsuccessful suicide attempt, to promote this guy. He's getting followers off this shit.
Yeah.
It's got to stop. You need to have something private. If you don't have something private in your life, you're fucking up. Your suicide should be private. Button that shit up.
Now you mentioned that you have 2 pairs of Kyrie Irving shoes. Are you a sneakerhead?
I like sneakers, but I'm not a sneakerhead. I wait until everybody else tells me it's hot, and then I go get that shit. I go to Flight Club. I pay extra.
So you're a hype beast.
I'm a hype beast. Exactly. I'm a hype beast. I'm a hype beast in this regard. How do I say? I like what I like. I can't say I'm a hype beast. Like, it don't matter how much you tell me a pair of Jordan 2s are good, they're trash. I don't care what color you put them in, they're trash. They're disgusting.
Jordan 2s are trash.
They're horrible.
I have 1 pair of Jordan 2s.
Burn it. It's disgusting.
Not my
sneaker.
favorite Jordan.
It's a horrible sneaker. It's like Mario. Remember Mario Brothers, the video game?
Yeah.
Mario 1, dope. Mario 2, what the fuck is happening?
Okay.
Why can't I be the princess? Nobody wants to be the princess. Like, stop it. Everything needs to stop right now. It's Mario. Just Mario, right?
Okay.
Mario 3 came back. Hot.
Okay.
Jordan 1's hot. Jordan 2, disgusting. Garbage. Jordan 3, fire.
Jordan 4s?
Fire.
Jordan 5s?
Stop it.
Yeah, Jordan 5s. I don't.
We just need to stop. We need to pump the brakes. I have a pair, but we need to stop it.
Jordan 6s?
Stop it. 7's okay.
Oh, you like the 7s?
Okay. I like the
7s. I mean,
I like the patent leathers. I fuck with the patent leathers.
Okay.
You know, I had the North Carolinas when I was young. I had those when they first came out, and people used to think I was a girl because I had long hair that came down to my chin. And they were North Carolina blue. That shit wasn't super masculine. This is before dudes were wearing girly colors.
Pink.
This is before Cameron changed the game.
Cameron changed the game.
Oh yeah, Cameron opened up the pink and like baby blue spectrum to thugs.
And Kanye also.
Yeah.
Kanye had the pastels.
We should talk about Kanye. Kanye is everyone wants to talk about cultural appropriation. Kanye's entire wardrobe is ripped off from white people. The entire clothing line is white shit. That's what we should talk about.
Yeah?
Of course, all Kanye has done is made stereotypical white culture cool for hip hop heads. Right? The pink shirts, the pink polo shirt, that's WASP culture. We used to make fun of these kids from Connecticut for looking like that shit, wearing fucking lobsters on their shorts and periwinkle blue and these blue polos and shit in the city. We would clown these kids. They come from Greenwich and they look on goofy, right? He made that shit cool for hip hop heads, right? What is he doing right now with the new Yeezy line? All that is Nirvana. What did the white grunge culture in the Northwest, ripped sweaters, baggy ass shit, ripped pants, all these things. It's just grunge culture from Seattle and Portland, and now he made that cool for hip hop heads.
I mean, I like the shoes though.
Shoes are garbage, bro.
You don't like the Yeezys?
The fake ass. Yeezy is a fake ass Roshi run. The lows are fake ass Roshi runs.
I mean, they do look like the Roshi runs, but
They are the Roshi runs. They just cost more, so we go, those are better. No, it's a Roshi run, and the big ones look like fucking elephant slippers. It looks like someone cut an elephant's foot off and you stepped into it. That's what it looked. I literally think that he looked at Chloe's feet when she was barefoot and goes, that's the high top. That's the high top, okay? We're gonna just model your exact hoof, foot, or whatever it is. That's the high top. That's what we're gonna use. It's garbage. Look, Kanye is a brilliant music producer. I think that is his gift in life.
Not rapper?
I think he's all right. I never thought he was like a genius lyricist rapper or even like a melodic genius. Like, Future, say what you want about his bars, but in terms of how he uses his voice, it's like an instrument, the way he uses his voice,
Right.
I still don't know what the fuck he's saying on March Madness. I listened to that song 10,000 times. I got no clue. I don't, you know what I mean? I can't even say one verse of that shit, right? But there's something about the way he uses his voice as an instrument that makes you really listen to it. I don't think that Kanye has that. I don't think that he's so lyrically inclined that I'm like, man, I need to listen. I like a Nas would be, like a Big would be, like a Andre 3000, like guys where you listen, you're like, man, this motherfucker got bars, But I think that in terms of producing music, those first 4 songs on The Life of Pablo are, I mean, you don't even touch the fast forward button. Like, you won't, first 4 on The Life, you don't skip that. I wouldn't even dare. Just let that shit, panda, let that shit go, bro. Panda. I don't even know what's going on. I think that's the reason that filter on Snapchat came out. He made pandas cool again. I bet you pandas won't even go extinct because of what Kanye has done. We're gonna save pandas.
Okay, so back to the Yeezys.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, I have damn near every color of the lows, and I have a pair of the black ones and the highs. And they're the number one. They're some of the most comfortable. The lows are the most comfortable shoes I own.
I heard that about the what is it called? Technology that Adidas got?
Boost.
The Boost, yeah.
The Boosts are dope.
Yeah.
But the actual fabric and the way, it does, the shape is somewhat like the Roches.
Yeah.
But the fabric and the way it fits when you walk is dope.
Yeah. I can't wear that shit because I got a bunion on my left foot.
What about the Nike Yeezys?
The Nike Yeezys were dope. I was into those.
You're into those?
Yeah, because Nike had their stamp on it. Nike's the greatest brand in history.
Well, yeah.
It's just...
I own a lot of Nike stock.
You're smart too. It's just unstock. It's incredible.
Done well with it. Yeah.
It's incredible. It's like, if there's one, like, Apple's great, but we could live without Apple. I'm not going to live without Nike, bro.
You'll take Nike over Apple?
In a fucking heartbeat. Nike is if I had to wear one brand for the rest of my life, it would be Nike. I'm dick riding hard on Nike right now. I don't give a fuck.
But you'll get rid of your iPhone and your MacBook and all that shit.
Samsung, let's go. Let's go. What we got, Android? Cook. Let's cook. I don't need Nike though. What am I gonna wear? Okay. Reeboks? Come on. What do I look like? A gym teacher is a fucking Reeboks.
Shout out to Swiss Beats.
Wait, Swiss got to deal with Reeboks?
Well, I think he's like in the upper management.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God bless that man. That man's a talented behind the scenes man too.
Yeah.
Swiss doesn't get enough credit for his
he
genius,
doesn't.
man.
No, he doesn't.
He needs to appropriate some white culture, make some fucking clothes out of it, and then maybe he'll get the credit Kanye gets.
Okay, so how did you end up hooking up with Charlamagne?
We both, Charlamagne and I did a Guy Code together on MTV too. And we just, I guess, clicked. We just kind of like talk and chop it up. I didn't really know who Charlamagne was. I never listened to The Breakfast Club. I grew up listening to Hot 97. I grew up in New York City, Star and Buck Wild. That was what you woke up to in the morning too. So the idea of like another channel, I remember Power coming up, but it wasn't, 97.1. This is what we listened to.
Right.
And then I saw him on Guy Code. I thought he was really funny on Guy Code. And then we went to like the movie awards and we kicked it at the movie awards. Duval was there too. And whatever, we just clicked and it was, we would start texting and we start like just arguing about shit throughout the week. Something would happen. Like Brilliant Idiots is just an extension of our weekly arguments. Something happens and I'll be like, Hillary Clinton, she's a wife. If she didn't have Bill, nobody would even consider her to be a candidate. And they'd be like, that's not true. She got tons of experience. And but she got experience because of Bill. And then this fight would just fuel. And then I guess Chris Moreau, the Podfather, who runs the Loudspeakers Network, asked Charlamagne to do a podcast, and Charlamagne asked me to do it with them, and then that's how it happened.
And the rest is history.
Yeah.
Right, and you guys just did a big show in London?
London was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, like 700 people?
Yeah, we had, 700, 800, I don't even know how many, but it was great. It was a theater show, and it was just, the internet's the best.
No, absolutely. And me and Charlamagne, we go back like 10 years.
Oh, I didn't even know that long.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I actually, I was working on this beef mixtape because I was a mixtape DJ at the time, and I was hired to put together these beef mixtapes, and there was this audio that someone sent me of Charlamagne arguing with Buffy the Body back when he was still in South Carolina, and I put him on this beef mixtape, and it was like he was getting all these calls about how that was the first time he was getting recognition outside of his market. And
So you put Charlamagne on.
no.
You made Charlamagne the god.
I definitely would not say that. But but I saw just how good he was.
Yeah.
This was before Wendy Williams even found
really?
him and brought him out here.
Yeah.
So then it was like, Wendy Williams brought him here, and we just kept in contact. So then, I started putting him on VladTV.
Right.
And at one point, he was on Philly radio, then he lost his job, and then, I kept putting him on, and then, then he got on Power 105, and we just kept rocking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 10 years deep now.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, we get into the same type of arguments. Like one of the things that we argued recently on, which ended up spilling into our interview, was he claims.
Yeah, because that's the popular album. That don't mean it's the best. Commercially, yes, it's the most highest selling album of all time. But musically, artistically, Off the Wall, shit's on Thriller. And Thriller's good.
What was on Off the Wall?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, end of discussion, man. Thriller is Thriller.
Exactly. I mean, Off the Wall had Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
Thriller, bro. It's a Thriller. Nothing compares to Thriller.
Nothing compares to Thriller.
Yeah, it's not even-
finally someone who's on my side.
Stop it. No.
Thriller.
Yeah. I mean, look, Off the Wall is Pippen. Thriller is Jordan. It's not even a question.
Off the Wall is Scottie Pippen.
Yeah, and Scottie Pippen's great. One of the
great.
50 greatest basketball players ever.
Right.
Changed the game. But he's not Jordan.
He's not Jordan.
Not Thriller. Come on.
Thriller is Jordan.
I'm not even a huge. I'm not even huge. Let me say, I'm not even a huge Michael Jackson fan in terms of like I know every song on every album type of thing, but I know Thriller. That should be enough. Thriller, no.
Thriller. I mean, it's the biggest selling album of all time.
That's all you need to know, right? That's the
For
qualification.
a very good reason.
Yeah, it's a great album.
Okay, someone who's actually on my side.
Yeah, I mean, what is Pretty Young Thing on?
Thriller.
Come on. Pretty Young Thing and Thriller? What else? Pretty Young Thing.
Beat It.
Come on. Which
Billie
album?
Jean.
No, it's not even a question. Which album did the Moonwalk come off of? That's Thriller. Because he did that.
The Moonwalk.
He did that.
Yeah, it was.
He did that
doing Beat It.
During Beat It.
He was performing Beat It. I think at some Motown thing, and
Yup.
or maybe it was Billie Jean. I don't know, but it wasn't. Yeah, it was definitely off the
It's
Thriller album.
It's Thriller. Off the
Yeah.
Wall is ridiculous. Off the Wall. Matter of fact, Pink Floyd's Off the Wall is better than Michael Jackson's Off the Wall.
Well, it's Pink Floyd, The Wall.
Whatever. Pink Floyd's Wall. Listen, Donald Trump's Wall is going to be better than Michael Jackson's Off the Wall. Okay?
Michael
There's so
Jack-
many walls. John Wall is better than Off the Wall. Name any wall. I'll tell you that shit is better than Off the Wall. I might go so far as to say that Off the Wall is Michael Jackson's worst album.
Worst album?
Maybe worst album. Yes.
You're saying that Off the Wall.
Off the Wall is Michael Jackson's worst album that doesn't contain a cameo from Chris Tucker. If Chris Tucker is in a song, it doesn't count as a Michael Jackson album.
Is he actually on the song, or is he just
Isn't he in,
he's in the video?
Isn't he in, what's it called? He does a little ad lib in, what's the video?
Well, I'm saying he's in the video.
But he does a little ad lib, right? Doesn't he do some kind of...
Rock My World?
You rock my broken world.
Oh, right, yeah.
Doesn't he do a little thing with them? Yeah,
He
they
does.
do a little back and forth.
He does, but I don't think he's actually on the real song. I mean, because there's also, there's Bad,
Yeah,
there's Dangerous,
yeah.
there is, he got an album called Ben.
You got an album called what?
Ben.
That might be the worst album. I don't even know Ben.
Was that his first solo album?
Who is Ben?
Ben is the second studio album of Michael Jackson, from Michael Jackson.
How old was he? Is this old Michael?
No, this is like,
This is prepubescent Michael.
you
That's not Michael.
that's not Michael?
No, that's not Michael. I need grown-up Michael. I'm not talking about a 6-year-old talking about love. That's absurd. That's how great Michael was, is we took a 6-year-old's advice on love. This guy was talking about what he was doing in the sandbox with some chick, and we were like, listen, that kid, he knows. He knows about heart. He knows about connection.
You know, it's interesting because we just posted an article. Paris Jackson, you know, Michael Jackson's daughter, her boyfriend has a Confederate tattoo.
Wow. Confederate tattoo. Yeah. Yeah, they don't even understand what that flag means in the South. I really think they're desensitized to what that flag means.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't think they really get it. Like, I think that they feel the flag represents their culture now, but the flag actually represents their culture before what they are now. Like, you're allowed to be proud of your culture now because we got rid of that, what that flag stood for.
Right, because that flag stands for slavery.
Yes, that's exactly what the flag stands for.
I mean, you know, the war was over slavery.
Yeah, I mean,
That's really,
people will argue it's over states' rights and a state's rights to secede from the Union, and you know, the North saying you don't have the right to secede from the Union, yada yada yada. But yes, it's slavery.
but it was over slavery, though.
Yeah, they wanted to secede over slavery.
Over
Yes,
slavery. There was
absolutely.
really no other main reason.
Honestly, I don't think the North whooped the South's ass enough. I really think that we didn't punish them enough. They needed more. They needed more punishment.
So you think that everyone from the South should have been locked up?
Not locked up, but abused more. Like, we should have done like a North Korea thing.
A North Korea
You know,
thing?
where they make them like plant vegetables for like, 15 years, and like everybody in their family got to plant vegetable. Like, if you steal something in North Korea, you and all your cousins got to go plant cucumbers for like 15 years, right? Hard work. The North should have done that to the South. We'd be like, oh, you like people working for free? All right, well, we're going to see if you want to do this anymore after this.
Yeah,
that would have stopped slavery forever. You could make slavery legal after that, but once white people are working in the sun in fucking South Carolina, forget it, dude. Forget it. I went to a wedding in South Carolina. My boy Nils just got married on a plantation in South Carolina, and this is in July. I think slavery is an awful fucking, maybe the most deplorable act that humans have ever, put on to other humans, right? But in that heat, I get it, okay? Nobody wants to work in that fucking heat in July in South Carolina. It's like, fuck this shit. How the hell do I get someone else to do this fucking work for me? That shit was...
Right, but you know, you could have paid people to do it.
Bro, yes. Just pay them. Like, that was the initial idea. We brought people over here to work for 5 years. I didn't have any part of this. But it was like, you bring white people, black people over here, you work for 5-10 years, then you get your freedom, boom, done. Indentured servitude. That was the initial idea. And then it turned into, oh no, black people, let's just let them do the work. And then, no, now their kids also have to do the work. And, I mean, deplorable.
Pretty fucked up.
We should have punished the South more. I really do feel that way.
So you think the South got off easy?
South got off so easy. Are you kidding? Nothing happened. The only thing that happened is, all right, you guys get to come back in.
Right, and they can no longer have slaves.
Boo-hoo. Like, that's the punishment?
Right, and even then, it took a while for it to kind of sink in.
Think about it. They can no longer have slaves, right? Is the same punishment you give the North. It's not a punishment if both sides get it. Like, your mom doesn't go to your room. I'm gonna go to my room. Right? That's not a punishment. Right? There was no punishment for slavery. Literally zero. It goes, you can't have slaves anymore, which you shouldn't have.
Right.
Right?
Because we don't have slaves either.
And we can't, and we're not gonna have slaves either. So there's zero punishment for slavery. Think about that. No punishment for slavery. What should we have done? I think we should have flipped it. I think we should have been like, okay, black people get to be the masters, white people, you guys get to be the slave owners.
So you feel at that point that blacks should have had white slaves?
Not necessarily, I mean, for a few years. You know what I mean? Pick some cotton, that's it. I like this eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth kind of shit. I get it, you know what I mean? Like, I get the Hammurabi's code or whatever it is. I get it, to a certain extent. When people, look, laws are a reflection of society. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you look at the Middle East and they got laws like, yo, if you steal something, I'm gonna cut your hand off, right?
Yeah.
Think about how fucked up society was in the Middle East for that law to even happen. Think about how often people were stealing shit that they eventually just said, fuck it, dog, if you steal again, I'm cutting your fucking hand off.
Right.
Like, the people who made the laws weren't fucked up, the people are fucked up that they had to make that law.
Well, how do you describe, like, you know, if a woman in the Middle East gets caught with adultery, that she gets stoned to death?
These women out there were hoes.
So you think,
Okay?
so you think the
These
Middle
women
Eastern?
were fucking, dog. They were fucking. Think about how much the Middle Eastern women were fucking that they were like, listen, put a cape on her, dog. You gotta cover up from head to toe. These girls are getting dick down too much, okay? I'm out here all day working in the sand or whatever the fuck I'm working. My wife's getting fucked by everybody. Cover her up, okay? Cover her up.
If she gets caught cheating on me one more time,
Exactly.
throw some rocks at her.
Listen, I wouldn't say that. Don't throw rocks at her, because then you fuck her up for me. I can't have this bruised up chick. Maybe that's
Well,
fucked
she
up.
gets stoned to death.
Oh, game over.
Yeah, game over.
God, the stoned to death thing is just so, it's just weird. You can kill somebody in such an easier way, and it's so exhausting.
Well, not if there's a group of people.
Yeah, but how many people were there back then?
A lot.
You had little 15 people calling it. You got to bring everybody from the town
Right.
over.
Well, that's what happens.
So I'm gonna-
public stonings.
I'm gonna get on a camel and walk on a camel for 3 miles with my favorite stones and put in a basket.
Maybe the stones were already available once you got there.
I got my stones. I got my nice, you know what I mean?
Smooth.
Limestone. I've been shaving that thing down. I got the grooves already. I'm thinking, let Ahmed's wife cheat, because this stone ready. This stone ready to go.
Great. All right, man. I think we're good, man. Love
Cool.
it. Love it. Thank you for coming.
My man, thanks for having me, bro.